Hello, everyone. For today's encouragement, I want to take you to Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15. And the title I would give this is actually a title of one of our choir anthems sung this time of year, Child of the Manger, Child of the Cross. These are the lyrics of that anthem. Child of the manger, child of the cross, all of our gain for all of your loss. Bethlehem looks to Golgotha's tree, born that you might die for me. Those are the lyrics. These are powerful words that remind us that the shadow of the cross is cast over Bethlehem and over the manger of Jesus. We who know our Bibles know how it all began. Everything was perfect. We were perfect, creation was perfect, and then Satan came and tempted Adam and Eve, and both of them fell into temptation and sin. The reality is, Genesis 3 talks about the curses that have come upon humankind and upon our world because sin took place. One of those curses is Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15. This is what it says. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. Now let's sort out the pronouns in this verse and just what it means. The initial enmity pronounced is between you, the serpent, and the woman Mary, the mother of the Messiah of Jesus. Enmity is a word that is synonymous with hostility, hatred, dislike, and ill will. Enmity between the serpent, Satan, and the woman Mary and her offspring, the Messiah. So because of the influence of the serpent Satan and the consequent sin of Adam, there will be enmity or hostility, hatred, dislike, and persecution, particularly between Satan and his descendants in this world and Jesus and his descendants in this world. That hostility would come to a head when the Messiah was born to Mary. An all-out war was declared, and the serpent ultimately fought that battle fiercely on the cross of Jesus. It was on the cross the prophecy was fulfilled. He, the Christ, will crush Satan's head, and you, Satan, will strike Christ's heel. We know that as Jesus was born, the war continued as Herod tried to kill all the babies in Bethlehem 2 years old and younger to try to get at the Jesus, the Messiah. We know that Satan came and tempted Jesus. That temptation is recorded in Matthew chapter 4 and Luke chapter 4. Satan tried to disrupt the whole possibility of Jesus being the Messiah. The persecution continued with the Pharisees, who tried to disrupt and destroy Jesus and declare him to be a false Messiah and a heretic and a blasphemer. And it ultimately went to the cross. The birth of Christ was the beginning of the fulfillment of the prophecy of Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. Jesus was born to die, and that death would be a means of a death blow to the head of Satan. I'll never forget a conversation I had with a woman after one of our Christmas Eve services several years ago. The choir had sung, Child of the Manger, Child of the Cross. I had followed up with that anthem in my homily and talked about the reality of the cross, that our hope is in the cross, not the birth of Jesus, but the death of Jesus. That hope is ours. I had gone on to say that because of the cross of Jesus and the resurrection of Jesus, our faith is not futile. We are not still in our sin. Our preaching is not in vain. And those of us who trust Christ will be alive forevermore the moment we trust him, and we will get a new building from God when we die and are in heaven. While the birth of Christ is a miraculous event, the confirmation that confirms this Bible prophecy, it is the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ that brings us the ultimate hope for our salvation. Christmas is a celebration because of Golgotha. Because of the cross, we have joy to the world. I told her I was sorry she felt that way, but in reality, the only reason that we celebrate the birth of Christ is because of the death of Christ. Without the cross, there would just be another baby born in a manger. But because of the cross, we sing, joy to the world. We know it is the Lord who has come, and the earth has the opportunity to receive her King. So this prophecy at the very beginning of sin, a very hopeless, destructive, dark time, was ultimately fulfilled in the cross of Christ, started with the birth of Christ in this world. It is for this reason we celebrate Christmas and the hope that is ours. Amen.